The other thing that I just want to say too is that you really just need to think about like what is going to work best for you in terms of your goals. Because if you are someone who is going to be using your internship to springboard yourself to something else, maybe you're using it to eventually find a job, maybe you're using it to, just use can create a new network or whatever it is, that makes a lot of sense. And of course, you can do that any time of the year. But I think that you also want to be strategic about doing it. If you are, let's say, studying abroad in the fall, and maybe you're doing it the fall of your sophomore year, like, of course, like you're going to have those people in your network, you're going to have, like that experience on your resume, but it's not going to be as impactful as if you are doing that, let's say the fall of your senior year, where it's like, listen, like I am almost done here. I know that I want to come back here, or, I'm looking for an opportunity, talk to people, get to know people. I would say that you just really have to be strategic with it and figure out what is going to work best for you. So just kind of recapping again, you definitely want to think about where you are in terms of, where you're actually going to go. You want to think about the type of program that you're doing too, because that is going to impact you. There are some programs where, let's say you want to do an internship, they may only offer it in the spring or the fall or the summer. So you need to consider that too. You also want to think about strategically, where are you going in terms of, what is going to work best for you. If you are, a person who loves the fall weather, you don't want to be running to Australia in the middle of August because you'll be sadly mistaken. And then you also too, just want to think about, how is this going to impact you? Again, as you are trying to tackle your academics, if you have to get those core academics done, is it going to be better for you to do it in the fall? Is it going to be better to do it in the spring? And of course, we know, for example, here in the US, a lot of classes are only offered one semester. So you're going to have to think about that. Maybe all the classes that you have for electives, you got lucky where they're offered in the fall, but everything that you need for your core academics is offered in the spring. You better be on that fall study abroad program. I better not hear about you doing it in the spring, because you need, if you're doing your core academics, you have to get that. And so you don't want to sort of chance around with it and be like, oh, well, I can do it online, or I can, do it part-time. You're not going to have time to do that. That's the other thing too that I forgot to point out, is that I know that a lot of students, they get really ambitious. I met a lot of students like this when I was away studying abroad during my first program, where, you would ask them like what they're doing. And they're like, well, in addition to the study abroad program, I also have my real classes online. And, because I really felt like, I didn't want to get behind, and I have the core academics. That is a lot of work on someone. Like, it is too much. I mean, as I have said before, you get tired of hearing it. Like when you study abroad, like it is often a lot harder than your real on-campus classes at home. Like you are doing a lot of different stuff. And in addition to that, like you are getting settled in a new place. You may have roommates that you probably may not like, or you may love them, whatever, but a lot of times they're going to be new people that you're getting used to. You're getting used to the food. You're getting, used to just the culture in general. That is very tiring. It can really drain you. And so the thought that you think, I love the ambition, but the thought that you think that you're going to be able to, kind of do everything within your study abroad program, and then also come home at night after, you have been out and had fun, and then go ahead and catch up on work, that is 12 hours away from you. It's just not going to happen. And if it does happen, it's not going to be your best work. And so really be strategic with it, everyone. I always encourage that. I know that if you are not an American student, for example, you may be coming away from, something that's a little bit different. Maybe you're not even required to do that, but specifically thinking about it from a US perspective and how we sort of shape our semesters, understanding that if you are trying to double up on, your core academic work on top of your study abroad work, you are going to burn out fast, and it's not going to work out. So, try and make sure that you are being strategic with that and figure out what's going to be the best way to fit in study abroad. It is very important, is very exciting, can change your life, will change your life, but you need to make sure that you're fitting it in where it makes sense. And that's why I always say, make sure that you are at the point where you are just on elective mode. And so whatever you kind of do, it's not going to hurt you. You can catch up on it later and you're going to be fine.